Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Anda bersama saya Luqman Haris kali ini dalam agenda Awani. Tahun 2020 sudah pun menemui kita. Kita sudah pun memasuki tahun ini. 24 tahun lepas, Multimedia Super Corridor ditubuhkan pada tahun 1996. Ketika itu komponen yang agak penting untuk kita mencapai wawasan 2020. Sekarang, di manakah kita sekarang? Dan salah satu komponen terutama dalam ekonomi, PKS masih lagi mendapat perhatian. Tapi pelbagai evolusi telah berlaku di dalam ekonomi kita. Daripada ekonomi tradisional 20 tahun lepas, kini cakap-cakapnya adalah berkenaan dengan ekonomi digital. Begitu penting sehingga ekonomi digital menjadi salah satu strategi dalam 4 teras belanjawan 2020 dan dipandang sebagai cara untuk kita menggerakkan ekonomi Malaysia ke hadapan bermula tahun 2020. Dan tunjang kepada itu adalah syarikat ataupun perusahaan kecil dan sederhana PKS yang mewakili kira-kira 90% daripada keseluruhan syarikat di Malaysia. Salah satu badan yang paling penting dan diamanatkan untuk menggerakkan ekonomi digital ini dan memperkasakan SME kita dalam era digital sudah tentu adalah Perbadanan Ekonomi Digital Malaysia (MDEC). Nama yang tidak asing lagi kepada rakyat Malaysia. Dan saya bertuah hari ini kerana tetamu kita di agenda Awani pada hari ini adalah Datuk Eng Wan Peng, Ketua Pegawai Operasi Perbadanan Ekonomi Digital Malaysia (MDEC). Datuk, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Well, first of all, so many things to talk about. A very meaningful year, especially within the digital context. We talk about Vision 2020, we talk about digital economy, but I'd like to focus on the SMEs. And this a very interesting new project that MDEC is embarking upon to empower SMEs. One more measure to empower SMEs on a global stage, the virtual city social media platform, if I get that right.
That's
can
right.
You just, before we move further, can you just tell us what this is and what this collaboration between MDEC and Weibo entails for this virtual city?
Thank you for the questions. You mentioned rightfully about the SME, empowering SME. So let me just talk a little bit about why MDEC is doing this. We started the MSC in 24 years ago, and until now, we have managed to bring digital to the people, to the businesses, and also we have created a lot of opportunities. So this is really important. The collaboration with Weibo is about enhancing our agenda of creating digital talent, empowering business digitally, and also having investment in digital. Weibo, as we know, is one of the most established social media company in China. Today, based on the statistic given to us, they have close to 500 million active users on the monthly basis. Even on the daily basis, there are more than 260 million users. So imagine the market potential for Malaysia SME if we can tap into that market. Virtual City is a Weibo initiative. What they intend to do is create a special, you can say a portal, a special dedicated site for that particular city for you to promote. We can promote our product, we can promote our services, we can also promote Malaysia city as a destination for tourists. So by collaborating with Weibo on this virtual city, we will be creating and develop a dedicated site for Malaysia city. We call it virtual city because it's not the actual city, but it's a city where you create to position the Malaysia city in the way how we want to the end user to perceive us.
So this is a page within the platform that Weibo users can visit to find out more about Malaysia and Malaysian businesses?
That's correct. And the interesting thing is that since this is a collaboration, so the content can be curated by us and it is to be delivered by Weibo. So the way how we're going to do this is, since actually this year is a year to, let's say, visit Malaysia year. So we want to position Malaysia as a tourist destination. Then we can start putting information about Malaysia attraction so that more people will know. Or let's say we want to promote certain product, like our birch nest, or like our white coffee, then we can also use this platform to start describing what these products are about, and then the potential customer can then come in and experiment it, buy, and then talk about it and share about their experience enjoying Malaysia
So
product.
it's like a virtual visit to Malaysia, hence the virtual city.
Yes.
name.
The entire city is now appearing on the digital platform.
But it does take, concept's nice, but it does take a buy-in from our SMEs mainly, for them to actually come onto the platform and market their products and offerings on that platform for it to be public amongst Weibo users. But this has always been an issue, isn't it? Even before this initiative, to get Malaysian SMEs, rural and urban alike, to actually come onto these digital platforms and maximize these platforms and their potential. What challenges do you foresee in getting Malaysian SMEs, Malaysian small businesses from the towns of Kelantan, Perak and Sabah and Sarawak to actually come onto this platform and fully utilize it?
Very good questions. I would like to draw attention to MDEC's initiative with regards to e-commerce. E-commerce, interestingly, cut across the local commerce to cross-border commerce. And some of the terms you may be very familiar with, like e-usahawan, is actually one of the e-commerce initiative. And you probably heard of the term called e-commerce, Go e-commerce, or DFDZ. DFDZ is for cross-border e-commerce. So these are already existing initiatives. When we first started, I agree with you, when we first started 5 years ago, it was really, really tough because nobody know, and like, why is MDEC doing this? But we realized that after talking to all the SMEs, micro or larger or SME, what they are more concerned with is how do I sell more? How can I sell more effectively?
What's in it for me?
What's in it for me? Why do I have to spend a lot of money?
Go to all these confusing portals. What's in it for me?
Exactly. So we started by creating a lot more awareness, and depending on the readiness of the SME, some can start small. Some let's say they are already exporting, but they don't know how to use the platform, and there are also who are maybe very savvy, but they don't know how to package their products. So there are many issues that are faced by the SME, so we have to address them one by one. Today, I dare to say that in terms of awareness, it has reached a level that we are already able to have many SMEs coming on board, but we need to reach out to more. You mentioned they are more than 90%. Exact number is 98.5% of the businesses in Malaysia
it's closer to 100%.
Are SMEs, right? And then only like less than 35% of them actually have an online presence or selling online. So many of them actually require this help. But the good thing is that through the years of effort by MDEC and also our partners, agencies like Martrade, SME Corp, we have managed to create a lot more awareness with amongst the SME communities for them to understand that to sell online, to go e-commerce is actually not difficult. If you are big enough, you may want to have your own website. But if you're small, you can actually work with the aggregator. There are many ways for them to work on that. Interestingly also, a lot of micro SME, when we started the e-usahawan, they never know how to do online. 3 days training allowed them to start creating a web presence. We call it social commerce. And they start selling. And many of them from, let's say, a local seller during the Pasar Malam or Pasar Minggu. Today, they have like customers maybe in the entire state, or sometimes some of them are even nationwide. We have success story that people manage to generate millions of revenue not profit yet, in a year because they have gone online.
Those success stories are very encouraging.
Very,
but unfortunately, the development, especially when talking about from the perspective of the digitalization of SMEs in this country, it has been uneven, to say the least, right? There are multiple levels to get there. For example, using aggregators putting your product out there more to a global market, knowing how to do that. But to me, I think that's probably stage 3 or stage 4. There are some SMEs in Malaysia who aren't even past stage 1 and 2. They don't even, for example, have internet infrastructure. So are you looking at that? Because how are we addressing the problem from a more wholesome perspective?
Today, in terms of internet reach, I think we are almost nationwide. Maybe what you're talking about is about the cost or the speed, which I think the government is
The quality of the internet connection.
is actually working hard towards achieving the accessibility. This one, I think, is better addressed perhaps by another agency. But one thing I am very confident is when we roll out all this initiative, most businesses will have access to internet. And seriously, doing this kind of e-commerce, you don't really require a lot of high bandwidth. For you to just, let's say, upload your product information, you either through your phone or your desktop computer, or you can even go to, let's say, a Pusat internet where all these facilities are available. So those are some of the things that we can work around until such time that every household have like a high-speed broadband. Those are actually not a reason not to do it.
Right.
You've asked me, it's a mindset of SME. Do you want to do it or you don't want to do
That's
it?
the challenge.
That's a challenge.
To change that mindset.
Yes.
Hence, this is a monumental task ahead of us, which I do not think would be done. We could not do justice to talk about this problem in a half-hour show, but we'll try our best. We have to take a short break. We'll come back. Kita akan kembali bersama Datuk Ng Wan Peng, Ketua Pegawai Operasi MDEC. Agenda awal ini berhenti seketika. Kita kembali selepas ini. Bertemu kembali dalam agenda awani, saya Luqman Haris. Hari ini topik perbincangan kita adalah satu isu yang sangat besar dan menyeluruh yang sering menjadi cakap-cakap bukan sahaja mereka yang memerhati industri tetapi rakyat Malaysia secara keseluruhannya. Ekonomi digital, salah satu tunjang pembangunan ekonomi Malaysia bergerak ke hadapan. Terutamanya tahun ini, tahun 2020, tahun yang amat bermakna dari segi kerangka digital. Dan menyertai saya dalam agenda awani hari ini adalah Datuk Ng Wan Peng, Ketua Pegawai Operasi MDEC ataupun Perbadanan Ekonomi Digital Malaysia. Datuk, we talked about this latest interesting initiative by MDEC and Weibo to establish a virtual city platform where Malaysian businesses can actually utilize the platform to market their products and offerings and therefore just market Malaysia to a wider audience amongst Weibo users, which number in the hundreds of millions daily.
Yes.
But you also mentioned that we do have 98.5% of our companies which are SMEs, which we are targeting the most in this initiative. But only about 35%, you mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, have fully embraced digitalization. So within that context and this program, how would you approach this initiative differently to make it more effective, to bump up that 35% figure?
When we use Weibo, we have to understand that it's a social media platform. So everyone can sell on the social media, right? So if the SME is ready for export market, then we want to move them into the stage whereby the target audience will be outside of Malaysia. In this case, mainly in China, but they can also be users outside of China who have access to Weibo account, because outside of China, because I mentioned about 500 million, there are also about close to 15 million users using Weibo out there. Or if let's say they're only for Malaysian market, there are 2 million users today. And you can target 2 million is also a sizable market for a Malaysia merchant if they want to sell to them. So that is where we are going to create more awareness with the SME. Weibo is just a platform that we can market and promote our product, but we have to also get the SME ready with their product itself. So let's come back to what do you want to sell, what do you have got to offer. You can offer service, but mainly you can offer also your product. This is where MDEC will have existing initiative where we are working together with the TVET institution to teach the SME the how part of how to do it. At the same time, we need to also work with SME Corp for them to give them other support, because SME may need product support, branding support, packaging support. So, and also maybe working with financial institutions. For instance, some of the SME may need access to capital for them to grow their business. So these are the necessary support that has to be put in place. When you are ready, then we can put you on this virtual city platform for you to start promoting and marketing your product and services. That's what we intend to do. Today we already have many channels, both with the private sector and with the public sector, for us to reach out. We need to create more awareness, more people to understand. At the same time, some on the ground event is also important. Like you have to reach out to association. We want to, if anybody who have any questions, they can come to our website to learn more. We have a site called Go E-commerce. This is when any business can actually register interest and then tell us a little bit about themselves. We do a profiling, and then we'll come back to them and tell them that you are ready to go to which platform. So these are the things that we will continue to do.
What are some of the main criteria which constitute that a company is ready to embark on this platform?
Just now I talked about mindset, right?
Yep.
So mindset is important. You need to you must be willing to put in your resources to sell, let's say, online. So this is key. And secondly, you must have a product ready. You don't have product, I can't do much for you. If you are ready, you have a product and you want to do it, then we will take the SME through the process, from creating, let's say, online presence, for helping them to understand how to package, how to sell, how to respond to inquiry. All these things we have training module that they can come through. Yes.
But the goal.
But you must have product.
You must have product, of course, or services.
Or
which,
services,
which,
yes.
which is a product in itself. But the goal of empowering SMEs to drive forward the digital economy for the country is multi-pronged,
Yes.
of course. MDAC is one of them, but there also needs to be synergy amongst all the government agencies. You mentioned working in tandem with Visit Malaysia Year 2020, because this platform is not only for them to market the products, but basically to market the country as a whole.
That's right.
It's not just to market the products, but to market the perception
Yeah.
of Malaysia.
The
all
country,
way
the
over.
culture, everything, yes.
Yes, so the virtual city. We have APAC. So how would this fit into that big picture goal, in the sense that better synergy working with all government ministries and agencies, so that you are on the same page, on the same bandwidth and wavelength to empower our SMEs?
Very good question. We are going to host many events this year. Visit Malaysia Year, you mentioned it, APEC 2020, WCIT 2020, and many more. And this is positioning Malaysia as a leader in the digital space, which is something we are telling everyone. But this platform will allow us to gather all the initiative and then have a consistent message going out. So we need to work with all the relevant agencies for sure, because each of these initiatives are headed by a particular ministry and then supported by other ministries and agencies.
But they're intertwined in the common goal.
They are. So MDEC is interested in positioning Malaysia as a leader of digital economy, at the very least for this region. And we are rightfully there, because today digital economy contributed 18.5% of Malaysia's GDP. That is huge as of end of 2018. Because 2019, we are still getting the data. We'll get the information soon. Our aim is that by end of this year, digital economy will contribute up to 20% to our GDP. And what we are doing together with other agencies in promoting the adoption of digital by the business is really key. Because only when our SMEs, because they are majority of the business, are using technology to be productive, that's when we can achieve the goal of us contributing 20% to the GDP. When SME are doing well, they are going to also impact their workers. That's another goal of MDEC. That's empowering digital talent in the country. That's the future. And
That's the future.
when you have digital talent, your business are embracing digital, that's when investment in the digital will come in. Either we invest, government invest, private sector invest, or FDI will come in because they see that Malaysia is a good place for them to do business, especially those powered by digital. That's the overall goal. By doing this, then we will then achieve our shared prosperity agenda for the country, where everybody benefit from digital and power by digital. So that's what we want to do. The initiative with Weibo is one of the many important initiatives that we have. Here, the focus is how do we empower businesses using digital. And because of MDEC and because of government, we are able to take them to a new level, to a new platform where on their own they can't do it. A small company, SME, for them to, let's say, to get attention of Weibo, I think it's very tough.
Yes.
Right? But now here, MDEC is championing it, Malaysia is championing it, then they can then tag along, start putting their product, their services onto this platform and then market it to the whole world.
So lastly, about with the last minute that we have, if I'm one of those SMEs and I'm watching the show, what do I need to do to get a piece of this, to get my business on to this Weibo platform and maximize this initiative? What do I need to do? Where do I need to go?
I would like to call upon all SMEs who are interested to join this platform, to register your interest with us by logging into www.mdec.my. And inside there you go for just tell us that you are interested, then we'll reach out to you.
Thank you so much, Dato'. Dato' Ng Wan Peng, Ketua Pegawai Operasi Perbadanan Ekonomi Digital Malaysia MDEC, membincangkan berkenaan dengan inisiatif terbaru MDEC, one of many. Kali ini dengan Weibo untuk mengangkat PKS kita ke peringkat yang baru dengan memaksimumkan kerjasama kita dengan salah satu pasaran terbesar dunia. Semuanya untuk mencapai kerangka ekonomi digital yang kini sudah pun hampir 20% daripada keseluruhan pertumbuhan ekonomi Malaysia. Itu sahaja untuk agenda Awani untuk hari ini. Saya Luqman Haris. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Assalamualaikum dan salam hormat.